This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Okay, I mean, Azuri's pretty good. It is a gold card, but, you know, proliferating is definitely a thing in the format. That said, there's also a Jawbone Duelist, and, like, aggressive 2-drops are pretty premium in this format, and it's monocolored. You know, it doesn't take very much effort to build around it like Azuri does. And I think that's probably just where we go. Trawler Drake, Ichor Plate Golem, these things are fine too. You know, Lattice Blade Mantis, not a bad card. But it's mostly between Jawbone Duelist and Azuri, and I think it's just Azuri, the Duelist, the way things have panned out here. Yeah. Wouldn't hate Bone Picker, Scourge, Wheeling, or something like that. Or Complete Devotion. Ooh, back-to-back Jawbone Duelist. Is there anything better? I do like Basilica Shepherd, but I think Jawbone Duelist is better, and I think it's better than the Vorak, too. Yep. I think we go for it. Those are, Shepherd and Vorak are maybe the two best commons in the set. Certainly the best two commons that aren't removal in the set. But I think we take another Duelist. Do we get a third one? No. We do get a Tyvar's Stand, though, which is a great trick. And I do think we take it over... You know, there are good mono white cards here. Like, all three of these are things I'd be happy to have. But Tyvar's Stand is strong enough that I think we grab it. The Skitterling's not bad. You know, if we'd first picked Kuromonix, we'd be taking it. But I think we take Tyvar's Stand here. This trick is probably just like a B. Like, there aren't very many tricks where that's true, but I think it's true here. Alright, so we've got Ruthless Predation, Predation Steward, both of which are good with Jawbone Duelist. The Attendant and Charge of the Mites aren't bad, and Charforger is great. We probably just take Predation here. We're going to be green-white again? Seems like it. Okay, I do love Complete Devotion. You know, you only have so many slots for tricks, but it's a good enough one that I think I take it over a Stalker. You basically want like 3 or 4 tricks in every one of these green-white decks. Yeah, that's part of what makes a Duelist so good. I mean, it would probably be pretty good in any format, but there's so many good tricks and equipment in this format that it's extra good. I want Crawling Chorus here. It's an amazing 1-drop. Places itself with another 1/1. Sinew Dancer's not terrible. Same for Predation Steward, but Crawling Chorus is great. Alright, so Tainted Observer is good. If we'd first picked that Azuri, that would have been kind of fun. Would it have been good? I don't know. We picked a fun but not great in this format card in the last draft, and it didn't work out for us. So we'll just take a Justicar here. I'm liking the looks of this deck so far. Let's get some Signpost uncommons and stuff, and be in business. Our second color could change in theory, but we'll see. Yeah, I know that Icor is pronounced Icor, by the way. Weirdly, it's not how it's pronounced in Magic. I tweeted about this during their reveal thing. Everyone in the reveal video says Icor. And I'm aware that it's Icor, and I'm aware of its mythological origins, but that's not how you say it in Magic, apparently. I think we'll take Predation Steward. I mean, these are okay, but, you know, this is a good 2-drop, and it's green, so, you know. Alright, so Titanic Growth, another nice trick. This did come back, which is interesting. Copper Longlegs, Maze's Mantle. I mean, I think I like the Mantle a little more than Titanic Growth, but maybe not. That will sort of be our last trick, whichever of these we pick. Yeah, let's just take the Growth. Yeah, at this point, if the 4-mana white, you know, Phyrexian Obliterator showed up, I would take it, but, you know. It is weird, and maybe they're just all saying it wrong, like in the video where they were talking about this set, and they revealed, like, you know, the debut video. But the fact that every one of them said it that way must mean it's pronounced that way. And I don't know, maybe it's because they want to distinguish it somewhat from the blood of mythological beings in turning it into, you know, weird, oily substance. The word, you know, it has ick in the name, sort of. I don't know. But we will take a Terramorphic Expanse here. And a Longlegs here. Yeah, okay. The beginning of that pack went pretty well. I feel a little less good about the rest of it. Dragonwing Glider is pretty darn good. But not really enough for me to jump ship here when we've already gotten what we've gotten. And there's a Crawling Chorus here, which is great. So we probably take that. I mean, Dragonwing Glider is, and Hexgold Slash and Charforger are all better than Crawling Chorus. And we could consider taking one of them. But I think I'd probably just grab the Chorus. Pack one, pick one. It certainly would not have been the Chorus. But so Skull Bomb, also really good with Jawbone Duelist. Predation Steward's fine. Probably take Predation Steward. Man, we keep seeing Caramonics, but we're not getting it early enough for me to, like, force the deck that I want to force at some point. And that's true here. You know, I have had some pretty good blue-eyed aggro decks where Veil of Assimilation was insane. Obviously, that's not where we're headed. Not looking great here, though. Do I just want the Fair Basilica? I mean, I don't really want Sky Scythe, Engulfer, or Carnivorous Canopy here. So I think that's probably where we go. I mean, I could take the Veil, and maybe we somehow end up in an artifact deck. I mean, it is pretty real, like, especially when you've got Justicars and stuff. But we're not going to end up with enough in green-white, so I think I'll just take the Basilica. Okay, so here's another Justicar after talking about that, and I think we do take it. We do want to value artifacts a little more right now. Now that we have two Justicars. We do have our land here that fixes our mana nicely. And some other cards we don't really want. I mean, the Bardiche is okay, but it is sort of like the bottom of the barrel of these for Mirrodin equipments. And I don't really want to go there. So I think I might just take the Thicket here, you know. Yeah. So, how good are we at using Indoctrination Attendant versus Miran Bardiche? Not that good. I mean, it's fine. I guess it's probably what we take. It does give us an artifact. Dune Mover's not terrible, especially if we end up splashing. It's also an artifact. There's also a Branchlight Stalker, though. I'd probably rather just have that. This feels a little like our first draft, where, like, I'm not loving the power level of our deck overall. But yeah. The deck history videos are on hiatus, mostly because I've done like 50 of them and covered almost every significant deck in Magic history. So at this point, I'm really stretching. And if I'm stretching for topics, that means less people are going to watch them. So, you know, I might do some more of it later, but it's not a series that's nearly... It can't be as endless as top 10s, you know? We'll take Spore Singer. Okay, so a couple of Skull Bombs, a Dune Mover... well, Skull Bomb and Helm. I probably want Dune Mover a little bit more. Alright, here we'll take a Basilica Skull Bomb. Yeah, our curve looks great. I just need some more... I need some some more power. Like another Tyvar's Stand would feel pretty good. Neither of these are that good. I guess I'm going to take the Canopy over the Engulfer. Another Titanic Growth. We're kind of set on tricks, like I said. Other than, you know, if I get another Tyvar's Stand, then that's the direction I'll be going in. So, okay. Well, this pack is nice. So we have Incubation Sac, which isn't like aggressive necessarily, but it just generates so much value. But then we've also got Infectious Bite, a great removal spell. Flensing Raptor, great flyer that's good with our infect creatures. I think we're mostly looking at the Sac versus the Bite. Which do I want more? I mean, we don't have that much removal. I mean, a lot of our removal is going to be just punching through creatures with tricks, but I kind of think we have to take the Bite over the Sac. Yeah. I do love the Sac. That's a funny sentence. Alright, so Zealot's Conviction's interesting. Maybe it's going to be better in our deck than some other tricks, but there's also just a great 2-drop here, so we're just going to take it. Okay, so we got Charge of the Mites. We got a Ruthless Predation. I kind of think we want Charge of the Mites. I think the modality is a little bit better, you know, and we have its removal. It gives us bodies. These other things are a lot less flexible, so... Yeah, this may be a 16-land deck. It may... Well, it probably is if it stays looking like this. So, interesting pick here. Oh, never mind. It's not that interesting. I was like, maybe I'd take the Battle Chair, but we probably want the Shepherd a little more. You know, it gives us... We don't have that much top end, and I think it's just better than the Battle Chair for the most part. Especially because we have Infect stuff going on, Toxic stuff, plus the Justicars. Seems like people have backed off blue-black so much that you could probably draft a pretty good blue-black deck now. Probably don't play like any of this stuff. I mean, this is good in the right deck. This is kind of pointless in our deck. I guess we'll take Sinew Dancer. I do like this late Crawling Chorus. I mean, we're getting there on low drops, that's for sure. We're not doing oil counter stuff enough to want that. We're not splashing or anything, so we don't want that. So I'm just going to take another 2-drop. Okay, hard pick here. Well, not really. We have enough tricks. I think we just take another Shepherd. We can definitely do 16 lands with this deck. I think that much is true. And it becomes easier thanks to our 2, lands that are sources of both colors. Sometimes it can be hard because if your deck's evenly distributed enough, you kind of need enough sources of each, but... Skullbomb. You know, maybe the Dancer is better than I think it is. I haven't played with it a lot yet. So, you know. Zealot's Conviction. Yeah, I mean, we did get one of those now. Just have to pick which tricks we want. It's a late Hive Master. Grab a Maze's Mantle, too. I don't really want another Hunter Maze. Well, actually, I guess we don't have one, but we don't want too many tap lands in a world where we have 3 Crawling Choruses and a Sinew Dancer, so... Alright, I think the deck turned out pretty good. I mean, I would have loved the Signpost, you know, another Tyvar's Stand or something, but... Okay, don't really want long legs. Any other easy cuts like that? I'm less sure about the Dancer. This deck is going to be good enough at getting Corrupted going that maybe we do play it here. You know, we have a bunch of early drops with Infect. Toxic, rather. So, yeah. This isn't a great Spore Singer or Indoctrination Attendant deck. We're going to cut a land, too. So I probably just cut Indoctrination Attendant and Spore Singer. Then we're going to cut some tricks because we've got Tyvar's Stand, Zealot's Conviction. Maze's Mantle. I thought we had more than that. Tyvar's Stand, Zealots. Oh, we have Complete Devotion. I think Maze's Mantle's probably the worst of the bunch, even though it's certainly a playable trick. And then we cut one land. So we've got basically 9 sources of each. Which do I want more? I think the Stewards are fine. They let you push through damage pretty effectively. I mean, they're not amazing, but I've been reasonably happy with them. So we have 4 like legit artifacts that will trigger these, but then we also have this that makes mites, this that makes mites, and this that makes mites. So yeah. So we just need to cut a card now. Yeah, there are... Would I rather have like another Skull Bomb in this deck and cut like a random... like a Steward? Because the Skull Bombs are quite good here. It makes our Justicars better while also pushing through poison or hitting them really hard with a Duelist. So the Steward kind of does the same thing, but it's a lot clunkier about doing it. So thank you for the follow, Doomshroom. Yeah, so I think we cut a Forest. We just have more white cards plus the double white. I think I leave Dune Mover in just because it's an artifact and it has Toxic, and I think those things are going to matter for us, so yeah. I think we keep it as is. This deck does look better than our first one overall, I think. It's much more streamlined. Didn't take a 7-mana dinosaur just for fun. It is a bummer when you do that, and then, like, there were a couple times where we could have drawn it, and it would have made it all worth it, especially in terms of making content, but we just didn't do it. So, you know. I like the Attendant and all, but I think keeping my curve lower is probably a little better. Okay. Pretty good hand. Oh, I think I missed that trick when I was counting tricks. I mean, I maybe would cut... one of these tricks and put back into something else. So, I think we'll lead with this. I mean, if it can stick and survive, we'll be happy. I kind of don't think it will, given our opponent's color. Okay, well, it's still alive right now. That is not a good trade, though. So, and like, even using Titanic Growth doesn't feel particularly good there. I think we just play Duelist of Deep Faith and pass. We can leave up Tyvar's Stand here. We definitely let this hit us if it attacks us. I kind of doubt it will, but okay, it does. Works for me. If they play something that doesn't feel as bad when we use a trick, I'll be pretty happy. Ooh. Well, definitely a good time to use the Stand. It just lets us blank this. So if they want to actually kill it, they're going to have to do something else. They can use their Skull Bomb to get this back, but we're also going to attack them and get to Corrupted if they don't do something here. Well, looks like they have removal. Yeah. But they're kind of out of gas, and we have a pretty nice hand overall. They do have this, which will get them some gas back, but... It is funny they use the word predation on 2 separate commons, but I guess it's a Phyrexian thing. So if they can't do anything else here, I'm going to be pretty happy. And it looks like that's the case. Nice. Well, we do draw land. I was kind of hoping to draw it an untapped one so we could play the Shepherd and put them under more pressure, but I can live with this. We've already got 2 white and 3 green. Yeah, I guess I'll grab a plains. Well, obviously Predation's green, but the whole predation angle seems very Phyrexian. Alright. Well, I think we kill Stinging Hivemaster here with Ruthless Predation. I mean... yeah. That's probably what I want to do. Could just offer up trades, too. I could play my Shepherd. Just attack with both and play Shepherd isn't bad. And I could still use Titanic Growth if I decided to. Could kill both and attack them for 5, drop them to 7. Maybe that's just better, but I feel like holding on to some removal maybe is a little better than that. Well, I think maybe we just attack here, see what they do. And Titanic Growth and Charge of the Mites can do a thing if we need to do something. So, I think we just let this happen and then play Basilica Shepherd, drops them to 9. Then next turn, Charge of the Mites and Ruthless Predation will be quite potent. Yeah, it's definitely fast. Seems a little one-dimensional. I'm okay with it now, but I think if that continues to be the trend, this might not be a format that's fun for very long. You know, it's still early enough that there's still enough exploration going on. But in another couple weeks... ugh. So we really don't want them to proliferate. Luckily, they can't. Okay. I like it. This all works for me. I can almost do lethal with Basilica Shepherd alone, which is cool. Just with Titanic Growth plus Ruthless Predation, but we can't quite get there, so. However, so they can sack stuff, huh? That's annoying. Okay. Ooh, wrong card. So we're going to go ahead and kill Venser here. I think they probably sack him to draw a card. Then I think we use Charge of the Mites to kill the Skitterling and just swing out here. Yeah. That's an attack that is very problematic for them. I guess I should have killed the Skitterling first. So they go to 8 poison and 3 life. Yeah. Felt like that was probably going to do it there. Yeah, the format definitely could have used like a 5 mana 5/5 that gains you 4 life when it enters the battlefield. I think the Oil Gorger Troll's sort of in that slot, but... And they did give red-green a signpost uncommon that does 1 to everything. And red also has Hazardous Blast. So, I mean, there are things that kind of keep these decks in check, but... You know. Right, solid hand. Keep getting if we keep getting Razor Verge Thicket in our opening hand, we're going to be pretty happy. Yeah, having some card other than the green-white, whatever her name is, Malira, the new Malira, that hates on poison probably would have been good. You know, having like a random uncommon, like 2 mana 2/2 that says counters can't be placed on players or something, like, would have made a difference. Although... Same time, like, the poison angle in the format, it's there, but... Well, that's a nice draw. But, you die from a lot more than poison. You die from damage more than poison, I think. So, obviously, this is a really good trade for us. You think they swing with both? So they might have a trick here, but I think trading for the trick is fine. The 1 red mana trick. Yeah, they do have it. It's not really a complete trade, you know? Alright, so we're gonna attack them. None of my plays here are great. Guess I'd rather trade Dune Mover. And I guess we'll use it to put a forest on top. Or plains, it doesn't really matter, but I would like to draw a land, I think. Lets us double spell in a couple turns. Yeah, this is not good. That thing can attack very hard. And I can't currently kill it. I maybe should have played the Stalker, because it can kill it, but I did not, so there you go. Let's play our Skull Bomb, I guess. And our Stalker. The oil counter decks are pretty sweet. Yeah, turn 4 Koth would be very bad. That would have been very, very bad. Oh, God. So, this Cackler can attack us for like 1 million. It's interesting they put the oil counters there. Definitely blocking that with Dune Mover. Taking 5. Blocking this with Dune Mover. So, God, our board is bad. Bad, bad, bad here. Yeah, trading for the Cackler might have been better, given the situation, especially with the Cacophony Scamp. But I think we're going to kill it now, either way. Yeah, I may cycle the Skull Bomb. Trying to decide if it's worth an attack here. If I attack, they can block with the Scamp and kill both of these. Then they can ping me for 1. And then attack for 2. Which is very bad. And with Charge of the Mites in my hand, I think that's all kind of a bad idea. These X1s, you know, we're just talking about ways the format can deal with X1s. Well, this is one of them. Cacophony Scamp is pretty annoying here. So we're just going to take 2. Unfortunately, I think that's our best option. We might sack this and proliferate and do 1 to the Branch Blight Stalker, but I think making them do that is probably better than just blocking the Scamp. Maybe I'm wrong, but, you know. I'm wishing they would run out of gas, and they kind of have. We just need to draw a land, and I think we can probably stabilize to some extent. There's a land. There's another land. Okay, so we're definitely attacking. It's not like this can do anything other than attack. Then we play Basilica Shepherd and hope they keep bricking on their draws. This doesn't look like they bricked. Oh, it does. Nice. That's exactly what we needed. Interesting. Okay, so... I mean, I think we just swing out here. It's not super likely they can find a way to just kill us, like, on the backswing, so... I mean, I could be conservative and just swing with the tokens, but... Come on. We can kill most things. Koth is their avatar, so... This can actually kill Koth, though, since we have 4 creatures in play. Although, what's his starting loyalty? Maybe it can't. So they're going to ping us down to 6. I can kill most things they might draw here that are a problem. Yeah, that's not good. So those both can do an additional damage now. Doesn't make much of a difference to move it. If they get too aggressive here, I can use Charge of the Mites to make a couple of tokens. They don't get too aggressive, unfortunately for us. I think we kill the 2/2, though, and then swing out again. Yeah. Could drop us to 4 and then attack us down to like 2. Oh, hello. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we can do lethal. Either way, we're gonna attack here. Yeah, I could leave back my creature, but I think Zealot's Conviction plus Tyvar's Stand. So they block one of these, in theory. They might not block them at all. If they don't block anything here, I can buff my thing by 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it would be lethal because we have... This will give the additional +1. 9, 10, 11. I guess if they block, it's not lethal, but it's also a lot less likely they can kill us, so let's go for it. Okay, so... Three, 4, 5. Math is hard. So, we're doing 5. Then we can do 5 more with Tyvar's Stand and 2 more. That's lethal. Oh, I can only do 4. Yeah, that's the problem. I can only do 4 with Tyvar's stand here, which is 11. So yeah, there's not really a reason to do it. I could play the Conviction here to keep my creature alive. It's not a terrible idea, honestly. Keeps our creature in play to continue to pressure them. So they do drop us to 4 here. They can attack us down to 3. So yeah, Volt Charge wins them the game. Is there anything else? Not a lot. Up to 8 poison they go. Down to 7 life. What did they draw? Alright, that's good news. We're gonna get there. We can kill them with poison here. If we'd rather. No, they'll just scoop. I could kill them with damage or poison, so. We were lucky they bricked on those last couple of draws. There were probably... I mean, there were a lot of cards that would have created more of an issue for us. Like, a lot. But they didn't draw them, so. We haven't drawn our duelists at all. No duelists. Nice. Good 1-drop, good 2-drop. Couple, you know, removal spell type deals. I bet they had Koth. You know, they had the Koth Avatar. They went mono red. Maybe they just always draft mono red. There are people who do that in Cube. They have your own crawling chorus? Man, that's no fun. Do we trade crawling choruses? I think we probably do. I wish I had a trick, but, you know. The mirror. The mirror is here. Nice. That's what I like to see, is poison. So player Skull Bomb. Play another chorus. My win rate is partly as high as it is because I played a bunch of sealed when my, I was out of town with a bad connection. So, but yeah, it'd be nice if it stays there. So, I think we probably kill the Hive Master to leave them with no blockers. We kick the poison up to 5. Works for me. Not sure if I'm going to crack our Skull Bomb yet, but it is a possibility. We go up to 3 poison. It's So we can do the same thing here. We can just kill the Hive Master and attack. And that's what we do because... Yeah, I mean, we have them close to dead on poison anyway, so... You know, they are going to do a bunch of poison to us, but I think we end up winning the race. Plus, Basilica Skull Bomb helps us in that regard. Okay, so they can sack stuff now. They can tap stuff now. Things just got a little harder, certainly. Only one white mana, huh? I think we're in trouble now. The Sinew Dancer plus the Skitterling and these things is... It's a problem. I think we want to play another Infect creature because... Toxic creature. Because we can still beat them with poison before they can beat us. Although, with the Sinew Dancer in play, it's a lot harder, actually. Because I can use the Skull Bomb, but they just tap whatever I use it on. So I could use the Skull Bomb now, and pray I draw Plains. Would drop them to 4, and they'd be at 9 poison. But if they brick on a draw, they can still only block. Yeah, so I think we're going to play the Chorus and pass. Yeah. Let's play the Chorus and pass. I think maybe just cracking the Skull Bomb is what we're supposed to do. But I'm going to hold off on doing it so they don't have all that information. So if they don't draw something that can block or kill a creature here, we can still kill them with poison. So we want them to draw something meaningless. And I think they did, because they're about to sack a 1/1. So now they need to draw something else that's meaningless. Okay, well that's not meaningless. Come on. I asked for meaningless. Gets us up to 7 poison. This is going to be a game won by poison rather than normal damage, I think. Crack the Skull Bomb. I think that's probably what we're supposed to do. Because we need to find removal and then we win. The flying thing won't work out well because they'll just tap whatever I use it on. So we're just going to crack the Skull Bomb here. That's not removal. And that's not removal either. But there's a bunch of action. So another creature that poisons. This is also a horrible ability with Sinew Dancer in play. I guess it's bigger, though, in its base form, so I may as well play it. So they're going to tap one thing. We are not going to attack. A trick would be good. A trick would be good. Oh no. Luckily we're trying to kill them with poison, I guess, but the bad news is the life we lose. And it's another thing that can block. So, as is that. So they've got full-on 5 blockers now, thanks to the Skitterling giving them a bunch of extra cards. Don't love it. I don't think one removal spell will do it for us anymore. Bummer. Certainly feels like they're going to be able to kill us now. I'm sure they tap something. So, they can actually just kill us next turn, right? They put the injector on... Oh, it only has Toxic 1, so not quite. But they can kill us in 2 turns with poison. Guess I'm gonna bluff with this card in my hand. You know, we had our first couple of opponents brick on draws in these sorts of situations, and now we're the ones doing it. So, it evens out. Oh yeah, sack 4/4. Yeah, if they see that line, they probably will, or maybe they won't. Because if they did, they would attack here. I mean, they would have moved the injector to kill us, and just the siphoner doesn't do it. I'm gonna have to draw something amazing, and I don't think we will. Okay. Well, they missed it once, so maybe they'll miss it again and just attack for 1 poison again. That's what we have to hope for. I mean, removal... Any of our removal spells would have stabilized us. Flensing Raptor would have won us the game? No, not with Sinew Dancer in play. Okay, they see it this time. They don't even have to sack their thing. This game is going to be lost by poison, though, as I suspected it might. As I suspected. We were far ahead in the poison race, but they were able to stabilize. Right, pretty good hand. We do have the Jawbone Duelist Titanic Growth. 10 damage out of nowhere effect. Most of the time it's just going to get blocked, so, you know. Crawling Chorus off the top would be good here, please. Oh, man. So they're like a legit blue-red deck, it would seem. Yep, so they get 2 counters here. I think I lead with Duelist of Deep Faith. I mean, it's better at attacking, although the Jawbone Duelist is also quite good, I guess. A Crawling Chorus on turn 2? God, that's annoying. Yeah. I think I go Jawbone here. We're going to be attacking. If they decide to block, we can use Titanic Growth. Now we can use Complete Devotion, which I think, well, I can play Crawling Chorus too if I go the Titanic Growth route. I can't do that otherwise, so that matters. Even though the dream is to do 10 to them or whatever using Titanic Growth at some point. Maybe they'll just take it. I'd be pretty happy with that, I think. I don't think it's going to happen. I'd be happy if they took it. They'd get 2 poison, and I won't have to use... Yeah, I don't have to use up a card, and then I can play... Ping us for 1. The lack of double white is annoying. I could remedy that by playing Dune Mover. Yeah, I think Dune Mover plus Crawling Chorus is the play here, yeah. And we'll put a Plains on top. That way, we stop having that problem. Still hold on to both our tricks, so that part's sweet. Oh my gosh, I drew a Plains. Alright, so we definitely swing out here. Maybe Crawling Chorus doesn't attack, because Complete Devotion doesn't let it kill Serum Core Chimera. So we'll attack with the other two, though. Okay. Alright. So this is going to get the ability to make things unable to block, but I don't think I care too much. So, yeah, well, Titanic Growth here. Actually, I could just use Complete Devotion here. This is big enough it doesn't die. Hold on to the growth and have that 10 damage thing. And then these both trade. These trading doesn't seem bad to me. Then I play Duelist of Deep Faith. Yeah. So let's use Complete Devotion here. Then we'll play Duelist of Deep Faith. That can make things unable to block, but with an underdeveloped board, that doesn't alarm me a ton. Could be a problem later. Trawler Drake. So that can become up to a 3/3 if they play something that proliferates. Looks like they might have removal. Or maybe they're just going to attack us. If they make this unable to block, we don't have a good block. Nope, they have Hexgold Slash, yeah. Less than ideal. I think it's safe to say. Oof. Well, we're drawing more lands than I want to. We're going to rumble here. We don't have any good blocks, you know, because we have Titanic Growth. We need to stop drawing lands in our 16-land deck, that's for sure. If we keep drawing them, we're going to fall too far behind here. And this Trawler Drake will destroy us. Yeah, it's going to be a 4/4 now. And, I mean, they can win this race, so they're probably going to start attacking us. Alright, we did draw a real card, and it's one that can gain us life. Especially if they keep not having a blocker, which does alter the race. Which means they might not attack us now, at least, giving us more time to find a way out. I know I Dune Mover to land to the top, but at the time, I think that was the right thing to do. Nice. Predation Steward's actually pretty useful here. Counterspell? Nope. We're going to continue to bluff. I mean, we've hit them with a couple of tricks, so they sort of have that in the back of their mind, and I think we like that they have that in the back of their mind. All right, so we're going to do the Predation Steward thing here. And attack with the Justicar. Well, we're having another opponent brick on draws, which we were doing earlier in the game, but... This is where having the Vivisection Evangelist is, like, nasty, but we don't have one. We decided to cut it. Alright, so... I'm going to do this again. The great thing is, even if things go sideways there, which isn't great for us, admittedly, we do still gain 4, so, you know, that's the fail case, and I can live with that. Do you attack us now with your Trawler Drake? So we have 7 lands left. Ooh, hello. That doesn't actually help us a ton here, because Trawler Drake is so big. I could kill the Cackler. But I kind of don't think we do. I think we just hold on to Ruthless Predation and pass. Oh, hello. Okay, so this is interesting. Let's hope they don't have a way to interact here, because my plan is to go Ruthless Predation, kill your Cackler. If they have a way to interact, we're in trouble. And there's a decent chance they do, but I think, you know, I don't know when we're going to have a window to use it, so... Okay, well, they at least aren't going to blow us out entirely. So that part's okay. But, yeah, we don't get to attack, obviously. Yeah, I guess they could attack with their Cackler. We can blow them out. Well, it's not really blowing them out, I guess, but we can kill it and hold on to a creature on board if that's what they do. And I think that's probably what we do. We also get to gain some more life, so... It also puts us back in a spot where removal is, like, incredible. It's too bad we're just shy of being able to attack effectively with that. But we can continue to go a little wider. We've both drawn a lot of lands, so... yeah, Axiom Engraver. Not the most concerning thing I've ever seen. Ooh. Now that is awesome. So it's going to buff this big enough that they have to block it. And then I can attack with everything, pretty much. Yeah. Do I attack with everything? I mean, they have to block this. Yeah, so I guess we don't attack with this because it would die to the Axiom Engraver. So, well, I think I'm going to do it anyway. What? You can't block that way and not die, so... First Strike and Toxic does not kill it for free, unfortunately. It has to have high enough power still. Yeah. So they block the way that makes sense, I think. I think they're probably dead now. Yeah, that's too slow. Actually, they can get a spell back and play it right away. So... It doesn't really make a difference, though. We're too wide. Not block, yeah. I mean, the Spell Bomb was an amazing draw there, no doubt about it. There is an old mechanic called Poisonous, but it only appears on like 2 cards from Time Spiral, a set with all kinds of silly mechanics that aren't really mechanics because they only appear on like 2 cards. But it's actually a little bit different because it's a triggered ability, whereas this is not an ability. Like, you can't respond to the poison. You could respond because your creature did the damage, and then the poisonous trigger went on the stack. So it was not functionally identical. It was almost identical, but not entirely identical, and not really a real mechanic either, since it's on 2 cards from a set where they were like, look at all these crazy mechanics. I think it was actually Future Sight, not Time Spiral. Time Spiral block, though. All right. I mean, we only have 1 creature. That part's not awesome, but we have the ability to do stuff. Yeah, we want to play a forest here, because then we can at least leave up Tyvar's Stand. Attack him for 1. Play a Skull Bomb in the turn. It's sort of like the difference between Lifelink and like the old like Spirit Link ability, which those abilities are pretty much the same, but one uses a stack and one doesn't. It's pretty much the only difference. We want to play a forest here so we can play Stalker and leave up Tyvar's Stand. Quickly poisoning them. Okay, things that can't block. Works for me. I think we hold on to our Spell Bomb, Skull Bomb, because they're going to quickly accumulate poison here, and they're up to 5. I could just crack the Skull Bomb to do more damage at some point, but combining it with Ruthless Predation probably lets us kill pretty much anything they might play. Wonder if they have Hazardous Blast or whatever, because that would be bad. Okay. Well, I think I am going to crack the Skull Bomb here to keep the pressure on them. And use it to buff our Stalker. See what happens. I can use Tyvar's Stand to save it if they try to shaft us here. So, and they do. So I'm going to use Tyvar's Stand. Trying to decide if I want to pump the power because I could draw another Crawling Chorus or another Skull Bomb, and then not playing that would be kind of annoying. But yeah, we might as well just pump the power of it too. And then we definitely attack with both. Forces them to block the chorus, sort of. I mean, they didn't really have to, but they are in some trouble, so. Can't do the Ruthless Predation plus Skull Bomb thing anymore, which is kind of sad. Alright, they had to pay 5. They had to pay 5 to kill our 2-drop. That always feels good. Okay, so up to 8 poison you go. Well, in turn. Indoctrination Attendant is less than ideal. But they have 1 planes available. Interesting. 1 planes. I think we go for the kill here. Yeah. And then we go Ruthless Predation. They're going to go to 1 life, but they're going to lose to poison, okay? Poison kills them first this game. Yeah, VX Ring, you're thinking of Infect, not Poisonous, which is an entirely different mechanic. Poisonous had number values just like Toxic. It is really hard for my brain to, like, Poisonous, Toxic, Infect. I just use them interchangeably. Which I shouldn't, because they are different, but, you know. I think we can keep this. I mean, we don't have green, but we do have a Skull Bomb that can help us find green, and we have a 2-drop, so I think it's fine. Certainly not amazing or anything, but fine. Opponent's taking their time. Or disconnected or something. There we go. Seen a lot of Sawblade Scamps today, haven't we? Kind of funny to draw another Skull Bomb, but I'll take it. Does buff this to a 3-2 next turn, potentially. Yeah, that's annoying. We did draw green, which is good. So I think we place Skull Bomb, buff it to 3-2, attack. Play Predation Steward. So they've got a bunch of mana and fixing, which I don't love. I can still send this in as a 4-3 this turn using the Steward's ability, which is pretty good. I think that's probably what we do. The bummer is they could respond with Hexgold Slash, in which case I can't save it because I'll have used my only green mana. So maybe it's better to just crack a Skull Bomb and then I can leave up Tyvar's Stand. Yeah, that's probably better. Yep. Let's hope they don't have a second one, I guess, but... Do they have a second Hexgold Slash? No. So we get to draw the card. We get everything. We're going to exile something from our graveyard. I don't think we care about at all, right? The scamps. They're not... playing the creature that does 1 to everything would be kind of annoying, I guess. I'm probably just going to Skull Bomb again. I could hold on to the Skull Bomb for later and just use this ability to buff this on this board. But... and maybe that's what we want to do. We're not going to be able to save it again, so... unless I play an untapped land. Yeah. Then I guess Titanic Growth saves it, so I guess I'm going to do the same thing here. Yeah, the Skull Bomb draws us a card when we do this, too, is the great thing, so... let's see if they try to Hex Gold Slash again. They're going to be really mad if they do that again and I can buff my creature. My goodness. Okay. It's enough lands, please. Man, I wish they'd used Volt Charge there, because that would have been hilarious, but they don't. So, we do go up to 28. Tyvar's Stand, as I believe the X trick that is, yeah, really good. That'll be a 3/3 soon. That's fun. Or now. Okay. We take 3. What are they gonna do here? Seems like a weird time to use a trick. Hey, look, a not land. So, while the Fair Basilica can draw us cards, having more than 1 green mana is probably a little more important. Do I attack with Predation Steward here? I kind of think we do. Leave back the Justicar. Use Titanic Growth if given the opportunity, and if they just take it, I play the Stalker. I could attack with both and use the Growth, but then I can't play the Stalker. And I would, like, have to use it if I attacked with the Justicar. I don't have to use it here unless they do something, because I would happily trade this for both Scamps, I think. So... yeah, I mean, I think that's a trade we make. And if they try to do something here to avoid that trade from happening, I can use Titanic Growth. In which case, I can't play the Stalker, but that's kind of okay. That's annoying. It's annoying because they still get the card off the top. I can't stop that. Okay. But I can still kill both of them. And hold on to my creature. Unless they use something else, and they might. Kind of looks like they're going to. Oh, brutal. Well, that's probably the game. That's the kind of play that gets pretty close to determining a game. Because they... I mean, I guess it's... No, we go up... Yeah, it's a 2 for 0, basically. So, yeah, that's pretty bad for us. We do have a big lead in life, at least, which might allow us to come back, but we definitely need to stop drawing so poorly. And those Sawblade scamps, like, their board position is so much better than ours now. Ugh. Ugh. Alright. At least we can trade for the Scrap Gorger now if it attacks us, but we have 2 X1s, so they can also just attack us, like, with everything. We can at least crack the Ferrobasilica this next turn. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, I probably take all of those if that's what's going to swing at me. Yep. No blocks. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Oh, they don't have any poison, do they? So not that good. I feel like that's the first time we've drawn that and not had Infect. Yeah. I think we are pretty much done. I mean, I could still use it in 2-for-1 myself to kill the Bloated Contaminator. But they can also just block with any number of other things. Well, I guess if they block with this, I can kill it at least. I guess we're supposed to attack. I mean, it's a miserable situation no matter how you roll it. But I think we're supposed to attack. Thank you for the follow, Drake and Paydoon. That's like the best block because we get to hold on to our creature and kill theirs. But they swing back at us for like 1,000,000, so that part's not so good. So, you know. Yep. Drawing lands is part of Magic. Part of the reason our opponent is so far ahead is because they've drawn much fewer lands. Although, I guess they threw some away with Axiom Engraver, so. So, I think we trade for Exuberant Fusling here and take the rest. Hope they don't have a trick. Like I said, our situation's pretty miserable. We can... Almost all of our options are bad, so... Oh my god. Yeah. Yep. Alright, we're dead. Not really a way out there. Okay, well, yeah, we haven't seen this card at all, have we? Solid hand. Here's hoping we don't draw all green cards, you know. We're 1 green card in. Alright, that card's not green. That's pleasant. Play our Sinew Dancer. Yeah. Can't really punch through that right here. I Can, however, play a Dune Mover and put a Forest on top, which feels pretty good. I can kill it this turn if nothing else happens. I mean, something else is likely to happen. It's interesting, our opponent's name is Splinter Twin. Hopefully they don't have some 2-card combo in their deck. That would be bad. Interesting. Maybe they have the do 1 to everything. That would be pretty bad. I mean, we at least hold on to a 1/1, but obviously it wipes out everything on our board. And they're like, should I use it now or hold on to it to do lethal later? That could be the kind of thing that is a thinker. I think I would just cast it now if I were them. Because I know what it's going to do now. It's harder to know what it's going to do later. If that's what they have. I mean, you know. That might not be. That's fun. Isn't that fun? Okay. Well, I think we try and kill that thing so that we can get enough poison on them for our conviction to be fully online. There are a few things they could have here that save their creature, but I mostly feel like, well, wait a second. I could just tap it. I could just tap it and attack to get enough poison without using up a card. I do use up my turn, and I don't have the option of Zealot's Conviction if something weird happens. Yeah, I think I should probably use Charge. See what they have here. Was tapping it better? Maybe. Because then I could start tapping for cheaper. Zealot's Conviction would be better. Okay, looks like that worked, which is encouraging. I can actually leave this back, but I think attacking with all 3 to try and poison them as much as possible is better. If I left it back, I would be able to poison something. Yeah, so I kind of figured they had at least 1 removal spell, and they do. I think I would have killed Sinew Dancer if I were them, but, you know. Oh, except then I would have, yeah. Then I would have had enough poison, so they probably did the right thing. Equip this, give it double strike. I think we like that strategy if that's where they go, because theoretically we'll be able to start tapping it for 1 mana. Okay. 2/4 is annoying. Okay. Well, guess we're playing Basilica Shepherd. And ending our turn. Yep, rats. You know, it's interesting. Right now, there's actually a lot more... fewer people who want guinea pigs. There's like too many guinea pigs out there. Which is surprising to me. But that's how it is, so... Glad you guys are enjoying the Instagram content. If you haven't already and you want to see the cute rodents me and my wife rescue, you can go to her Instagram, which is cozy_keepers. Right now we have 4 rats, 2 dwarf hamsters, and a Syrian hamster. That is very bad. Look at that dragon wing glider. Man. What do I want to do here? I need to draw a trick that is not Zealot's Conviction, because their poison is low enough that, well, I guess I can tap regardless. Interesting. So, yeah, we're going to take 4 here. I don't think... I mean, a bad cube might be fun once, I guess. But after that, it would get pretty awful. Another Basilica Shepherd. Does that make me more willing to throw this one away? Maybe. We're in bad shape here, though. These two equipments are both very powerful. Very, very powerful. I think we play another Basilica Shepherd here and pass. But yeah, bad cube would be fun like once. Just because of how bad it is. But then you'd also realize that the games are kind of miserable. So after that, I think it would be hard to want to do it again. Yeah, so they can move this around for 4 right now, and they could put it on the aspirant for 3. I can't imagine... I mean, maybe they'll put it on the flyer. That seems kind of crazy to me, but I would be okay with it. I just need to find a way to poison them enough, and I should be able to next turn, and then start shutting down whatever their best creature is, in theory. In theory. So they do have a bunch of blockers now, which makes my life significantly more difficult. Come on, removal. We still have, like, what, 3 or 4 removal spells in our deck? We need them to show up. Removal or tricks. Tricks that aren't Zealot's Conviction. It's rough when your opponent's at 2 poison and you have Zealot's Conviction, and it's like, God. If only they were poisoned. If only. A 2-mana 1/2 flyer, you know, Stormcrow is probably, like, pretty good in a bad cube. Interesting. I mean, I could try to race them here. I could tap down the glider. I could send in all 5 of these to get them to 3, in which case I can start tapping things, but they'll kill 4 of them. So it's not exactly... I don't think it's quite worth it. I could just pass and start tapping, and tapping will allow me to poison them enough, theoretically. So I think maybe that's what I'm supposed to do here. Paying 4 for this ability is rough, and I'd like to add to the board, but adding more bodies to the board right now just doesn't make a difference, really. Whereas this tap ability can. So... In fact, the tap ability may allow me to power up that tap ability, and it will also allow me to power up Zealot's Conviction. In theory, if they draw another thing that can block, it'll be harder. So I think they're going to go the double strike route here. But the great thing is, we can just tap it, so... And I think we do, since it has Vigilance. We're going to get there on poison this turn, I think. Thank goodness. Ooh, and we draw removal. It's not actually good enough to kill things yet, though. I might just send in all 4 of these tokens here. But I guess if they have Hexgold Slash, that's not as good. Yeah, so I think we send in all 5 of these poison creatures. Because then we'll be a lot happier, I think. Yeah. I could also just use Infectious Bite to get... I could have just used that, I guess. But I think attacking and holding on to the Infectious Bite is a little bit better. Especially because once we use Zealot's Conviction, one way or another... I mean, I guess I could have gotten it at instant speed, which would have been kind of insane. Yeah. I probably should have used it, just attacked. And then at instant speed, I could have Infectious Bit. I mean, I could play the Conviction, and then also Zealot's Bite, but... Interesting. Yeah, I think we're fine with that, honestly. Goodbye, tokens. You go up to 5 poison. Things are going to feel a lot better for us now. We're going to play Duelist of Deep Faith and Branch Blight Stalker. End our turn. Now we can tap things for 1 white. Plus, this just got a lot better. So again, I think we tap down the Orthodoxy Enforcer, because it can attack us without having to tap. If they decide they want to pressure us with this, it does have to tap. So, it's a little bit better. Though tapping the flyer is... Ooh, darn. Okay, well, so much for that. Well, okay. That's how it's going to be. I guess we're going to race them in the sky. The bad news is they can move this around to something. And that is bad news. But if I kill this now, I can swing with everything. So that's probably what I want to do. I have to play the Conviction first. And then go Infectious Bite. Well, not quite with everything, but we swing with all of that. Well, kind of might as well swing with these too, since they can't block anyway. They can do a lot. Like, if they suit up 1 creature this turn... How much can they do? Can they just kill us? Because put a bunch of equipment on this. Give it... No, they can't. I mean, it still costs them a significant amount to do all of that, so... Yeah, let's do that. And they're dead in the air next turn. Well, you know, except they can defensively... They can put everything on Enforcer here and hit us pretty hard. So we're going to need a little bit of help. Yeah. They do have to pay more mana to equip it, but it is discounted enough that this is gonna hurt. Can they just kill us? I feel like maybe they can, right? They only need to get this to 7 power. Yeah, we're dead. We are dead, unless they miss this somehow. I definitely went too aggressive there. Should have left a flyer back. Bummer that they shut down our Sinew Dancer. No? Well, we're not quite dead. Pretty sure they could equip that too. They could. because they have a discount from the other one. So I'm not sure why they did it this way, but I will take it. Maybe they have a trick anyway, and they want to win that way. Because they could equip this for 2 to the Enforcer and just swing for lethal. Because they have Bladehold War Whip in play, right? Yeah. They could have done that. Could have equipped that, too, to kill us. Interesting. We need a top deck removal still, so... yeah, they just realized that they had lethal and a half. There's a discount on the 2/3, but they also have Bladehold War Whip, which discounts everything. All the equipment. We still need to draw well, or we're pretty much dead here, so... It's not like, things are perfect for us. But they did give us a turn they didn't need to give us. Oh, man. Is that... Interesting. I can kill their flyer, but I actually don't think that wins us the game. For a second, I thought it did, but I have to... My Basilica Shepherd has to die to make it happen. I don't have anything else that can fight with it and kill it. If only First Strike would count on... Because then I can attack with the remaining 4, which drops them to 3, but then I'm dead on the backswing, so... It doesn't really solve our problem for us. I mean, the Vigilant Creature is the biggest problem. I do have a free attack with Basilica Shepherd, actually, because it has First Strike. So I guess I attack with it first. Then we see what happens. Yeah. Because if they decide to trade, then we can use Ruthless Predation to kill something else. Yeah. So let's attack. If we can drop them to 1 ahead of our Ruthless Predation, I think we're pretty ecstatic. And if we kill this, and we do, and then cast Ruthless Predation on... the Aspirant, I guess, because Menace would still kill us if they equip it. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have to chump block something if it attacks, but... What will they do? I mean, I'm assuming they're going to put a bunch of equipment on something. But maybe not. Man, them shutting down our Sinew Dancer was so mean. Because it was great against their equipment strategy, obviously. So yeah, they can give it haste, but I could just trade, so I'm not that upset about it. There we go. Yeah, that's probably better. I can actually just kill like all their creatures here, though. Well, not quite. There's an ugly block I have to make. There's a couple decent ones and an ugly one. Because I can't take any of them. So... yeah. All we're left with is a 1/1. And they still hold on to... yeah. Gotta draw really well here. And that is not it. So they do beat us in the end. With their crazy good equipment. They had all the good stuff, including the rare one. So 4-3 with that deck. I mean, I think it kind of underachieved. But it wasn't an insane deck either. It was really missing, like, the signpost or something. We did draw kind of poorly in some of our games, but I guess this was a deck where we also had opponents draw poorly a few times, so